Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shared Screens Media Club. Today, we're actually not talking about any movies, books, or games, TV shows, any of that. We're talking about an internet video, the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
Classic.
Joining me to talk about this internet classic is Chance, Jordan, and Josh.
How old is this fucking video?
This video came out December, as I pull up the Wikipedia, December 22nd, 2005.
Ooh.
So I was 20 years old.
Days before my 10th birthday.
Oh yeah. I want to preface this in the preparation for this podcast. We found out a lot of people haven't seen this video.
Yes.
And stuff like that. A lot of uncultured people. And even myself in the 7th grade, 2010, 2011, like I was showing the video and the dude was like, dude, you don't know Ultimate Destiny? Like Ultimate Showdown? Like, come on, where you been, under a rock? And that was a decade ago, you know?
Yeah.
Insane.
I am 31 and I've never heard of this fucking video, or I have no recollection of it. Either like I've never seen it or drugs have burned it from my memory long ago.
Yeah, it's just gone.
Possible. It was the person who made it, I'm pretty sure like it's the real person is the same guy who did the Potter Puppet Pals, right? It's Neil Cicierega. He's the actual lemon demon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we're talking that era of YouTube.
To the audience that has no idea what we're talking about, because I know nobody or everybody knows what we're talking about.
It's one of those things you either don't know it or it's like, oh yeah, that.
It's so if you know type
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
We'll link the original down below.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's also like one. Sorry, it's just like one of those videos you don't think about, and then all of a sudden it'll be 2 a.m. and you're like,
Yep.
Ultimate Showdown, and you like go and you YouTube it, and you'll like watch it for the first time in like 3-4 years, and then you just put it away in the back of your brain. You don't think about it again until another just random ass night at 3 a.m. and you look it up 4 years after the fact.
Every once in a while.
Was this a fever dream? No, it's real.
Yeah. And that's honestly that's kind of what brought this topic up. It was just one of those times, like just one of those random thoughts I had one day of like, if there was a ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny that was made in 2023, like what new characters would be in it? And so that's what brought this podcast together.
Hell yeah.
So
for those who still don't know what we're talking about,
who don't know,
it was a music video about just like the power struggle.
Just animated.
Yeah.
Well, not even that. It's like this random characters, like starts off with Godzilla and just being Godzilla in Tokyo. And then it just builds and builds and builds. So you get
Godzilla fights Optimus Prime, and then Optimus Prime fights Batman, and it is like a snowball effect where like Macaulay Culkin shows up at some point, like everybody, like there's all these pop culture icons, right? So that's
hear me out. It's kind of, if you think about it, the original Fortnite, where all these people that have no business crossing over or cross over, and
what the fuck?
Random one wins. Like. And I've had this theory where like, hey, listen, Fortnite keeps going the way they're going.
Somebody in the comments find out how many characters from this fucking music video have been in Fortnite, because I guarantee it's more than half of them.
Yeah, I feel like we are missing Chuck Norris, we are missing Godzilla, and we are missing Abraham Lincoln. And as soon as those guys drop in Fortnite, we are remaking this.
Isn't the Lincoln Memorial technically in Fortnite?
Oh yeah,
the MLK thing, right? Like Abraham Lincoln from Fortnite.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
But yeah, it's eventually you see Chuck Norris come down, kind of beats everybody up, but then this huge group of all these characters, like it just lists, like goes into the whole rap section of a song, lists off like 10 different characters. You've got Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White, the Black Knight from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, got Benito Mussolini, Chief Blue Meanie, Cowboy Curtis, Jambi
the Genie.
Yeah, Jambi the Genie, RoboCop, Terminator, Captain Kirk, Darth Vader, Lopan, Superman, and every single Power Ranger.
Bars.
Yeah.
Honestly,
like, you can't say that without doing the rap if you know the.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Listen, Drake, I know you just dropped a new album, but we got bars right here.
Yeah. Nothing been this hot.
Yeah.
But all those characters come
2005.
But all those characters come and just destroyed Chuck Norris. Like literally, there's nothing left of him aside from a cowboy hat. Yeah. And then after they say literally centuries of battling, only one person's left standing, and it's Mr. Rogers in a bloodstained sweater.
And then he commits seppuku.
Yeah, which I thought was an awesome twist at the end. So
Right.
having just watched this like an hour ago, I was like, oh, Mr. Rogers, fucking G. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He understood the last thing he had to kill was himself. He was too powerful.
Yeah. No man, no one man should have all this power.
Well, I got a quick question. This is going to be related to one of my answers. Was Mr. Rogers alive at the time of this video?
I don't think
so. Do not know.
He had died 2 years prior. I guess he died in February 2003.
Okay, because one of my answers. Holy shit, this actually really aligns with one of my answers. But one of my answers, I was going to be like, we have to bring somebody back from the dead. And if the original already did that, then that's perfect.
Mm-hmm. So saving that towards for that segment, but I figure just kind of get the juices flowing. Let's get started. Figure who stays from the original.
Who stays? I think Godzilla and Optimus Prime stay.
See, Godzilla was my choice as well, just because I just couldn't think of another kaiju that kind of would replace. Big enough to replace Godzilla.
It's Pacific Rim. The thing that I started thinking of was like video game references, right? So Armored Core fighting some giant I don't know, a kaiju game that's come out recently. King Kong, if we really want to get meta, like the new King Kong game. But as far as real people go, I have a certain somebody I have in mind that I think will be a banger. I'll reveal later.
Okay.
I think those two stay at the beginning, still duking it out, right? Who do they fight next? It's Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't necessarily have to go through the video in chronology. I'm just thinking who you guys think
as far as superhero
is essential.
I think it's Iron Man because of what he did for the MCU, because it all started with Iron Man. I think that's the way that you signify.
No, we're talking about who stays.
For me personally, it's just those two. Maybe Mr. Rogers, but I have somebody to replace him.
I feel arguably like it's easier to go who should leave. Because for me, it's like I see the old cartoon characters that are like, I don't understand those references. Like they're before even my time, and I'm not necessarily like the youngest person listening to this. So to me, those are like the ones that I'm like, oh, I'm cool with everyone staying, especially if this is supposed to be like the ultimate showdown. It's like everyone's got to be involved. Truly, it's everybody is here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I personally think Batman stays, but we update him with Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, and stuff like that. Give him the aesthetic makeover, and then just because I think this is so difficult to replace because we as a society haven't put somebody else on a pedestal like we have Chuck Norris. I feel like it's just hard to replace.
Jason Statham.
I got one for you.
That's who I go for is Jason Statham.
Interesting because
I got one for you when we get to that segment later.
I feel like 2010, you couldn't escape Chuck Norris.
There's only been one meme whose power level is equal to that of Chuck Norris, and I guess that's Shaggy.
It's either Shaggy or it's like John Wick,
right. And
I was gonna say Keanu for that.
Yeah, that is a really good. I do think Keanu because he is the boogeyman, and I do think he is the modern incarnation of the Chuck Norris meme.
Now, is there a rule about characters being played by actors not being allowed to cross over? Because
I think that's fine. I think that's kind of fun and meta. Why not?
Okay. I mean, they literally have the Rock, Dwayne Johnson in here.
No, I know, but I'm asking because it's we see Jackie Chan, but we don't see any characters that Jackie Chan has played, and we mentioned Keanu and Bill and Ted are in this,
right?
And that's Keanu.
I don't think they stay.
Bill and Ted.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel like Bill and Ted have had relevance since this came out.
Do you think we replace them with Harold and Kumar?
I was gonna say Jane Silent Bob. And even any stoner duo, there's no new stoner duo replacing them. All the guys we're replacing them with are in their prime was 20 years ago. Whether it's
I guess the newest two would be Harold and Kumar then. Which sucks.
I think so. Yeah, you're right.
That really blows. I'm like racking my brain to try to think of, like, do we make
of
it
stoner duos? I guess it's 2 Chainz and whoever he's currently interviewing.
Well, no, who's the dude who was in Harry Potter, but it was like Crab and Goyle. That's who we have it be.
That's true. One of them got
because one of them got kicked off of Harry Potter for smoking weed and getting in trouble. But that's just like
I think he was also like selling cocaine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a lot of other stuff besides weed.
Yeah. I think that's also a good one because there is a surprising lack of when this was made. And fuck J.K. Rowling, but surprising lack of like Harry Potter representation in this. And I honestly am like, Harry's not the coolest character in his own story. Put Voldemort or Dumbledore in here.
I think
let's bring in the big gun.
I think instead of Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White, I think we replace. I think we replace Gandalf with a different Lord of the Rings character, like Aragorn kicking the fucking helmet or some shit, because that's become such a meme. And then replace the 2 Gandalfs with Dumbledore and
Voldemort.
Yeah.
Because that is something to note too. That group does have heroes and villains because Doc Ock is also in that group.
Well, because there are 3 groups of characters around: good guys, bad guys, and explosions.
Yes, very true. And so the next category I had was just cameos, because there's a whole list of characters that are not even mentioned in the song, but when you're watching the video, you see Robin, you see Samuel L. Jackson and some snakes, Mario, Sonic, Santa, the DeLorean, Goku, R2D2, C3PO, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Pac-Man. Like, so those are all characters that are just shown in the video but never mentioned.
Keeping it $150 with you right now. Cameo with the Minions. All right, let's get a couple of those fuckers.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
It, but they do have
Unfortunately,
to be there. I hate it, but they are there.
Yeah.
If this is where bad guys are, we all know that Minions follow whoever the most evil person is, so they're gonna want to keep an eye out. Of course, 100%. The only time they didn't do that was when I think they're like canonically in Antarctica during the events of World War II, because they didn't want to imply that the Minions were part of the Nazis.
That's their way to retcon it, dude.
Yeah.
Do we have the little like single eye robots from episode 1 also with the Minions? Do you know what I'm talking about? The little
The pit droids.
Yeah, the
pit droids. Yeah.
Before you said episode 1, I thought you literally meant the robots in iRobot.
No, we don't need to include iRobot in this. I think it. All right. So who else do we want for cameos? I
thought Mr. Beast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
This is
because I feel like he gets referenced. I feel like he gets referenced in this. He's too big not to be referenced.
That's true.
I feel like in 2023, the video isn't called Ultimate Showdown. It's that it's by Mr. Beast, and it's like, I put 100 of everyone's favorite characters on one island.
I resurrected a dead president.
I think we get more of the horror slashers in the Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees cameo. Now, of course, this is coming off Freddy versus Jason, first rated R movie I ever watched. Shout out to that. But like, let's get Michael Myers in there. Let's get Chucky in there. You know, let's get some of the newer ones too. I know he's not a slasher, but like, Saw. Let's get the fucking Babadook. You know, like let's have a little horror corner.
That makes sense for Michael Myers, and the other one you mentioned, because they just recently had like a resurgence in pop culture, right?
Absolutely.
I guess Saw has had a somewhat resurgence. I don't know how.
Saw never went away.
It was seen and then immediately it was gone.
Yeah. We could throw Ghostface in there too.
Yeah. So that would be a good third one, I do think, because the Scream franchise was kind of the ones that started that whole resurgence.
I do think for a cameo too, probably easier to do it as a cameo. I think you do all 3 Spider-Men. I think you do Toby, Drew, Tom, right? And they can either do the point, or the internet loves just, if you have a different favorite Spider-Man, the internet just loves getting on you. So you could have them just fight because the internet loves that for some reason.
I was gonna save Spider-Man because in the when we're gonna talk about like what new characters we want, my thought was have Spider-Man replace Batman and Bruce Wayne, because you can have Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
Interesting.
For the secret identity.
Right.
That's fair.
Okay. But I was just taking it from the 3 Spider-Man angle.
Oh, for sure.
I do think.
I mean, you can still have that and have that be more of a Spider-Verse cameo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. 100%.
Let's see what else, because we haven't really touched.
I feel like
video
Drake
games
has to
too
be a
much.
cameo because he shows up in like
Yeah.
literally every music video, every music video, and I do think that would just be a funny nod.
Oh,
Coming to money.
jumping off that, you know who else shows up anytime, anywhere, as long as they're getting paid? Fucking Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg was in Big Time Rush. He'd be in this.
Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart need to be in this for
Yes.
Oh, that's like a tag team, yeah.
sure. Yeah.
But speaking of just another like person that feels like he's just in everything is Pete Davidson.
Yeah, he's got to be getting pile driven, or like somebody's got to be making fun of it, like the amount of commercials he's doing.
He is in everything and everyone's mother.
No, that's Matt Rife.
Fair.
And then there's going to be speaking of just cameos, this is a bit more than a cameo, I think, but I just had this idea of, because of Barbie coming out this past year, there's going to be just like a segment in the new version where it's that breaks down to the I'm Just Ken music video.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a little ballad section in there.
Mm-hmm. I'll dance off.
I think having it be the Ken thing is like two no's on the hen. Do we have it be like, I'm just a villain, or like I'm just an anti-hero, or something niche like that? I'm just a sidekick. Like it's about like the B character who like never gets enough attention.
Yeah.
It's I'm just Ren, and it's Kylo Ren.
Yo, that's a good. Oh my god,
yes.
It's Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren. Oh my god.
Yeah, in place of Darth Vader.
Hell yeah, dude.
Somebody please make an animation of that. I need to see that.
I'm just Ren. Everywhere else, I'd be a Dark Lord.
Oh, okay, so this one, in the cameos, we have not like Doc and Marty, but we have the DeLorean itself. Mm-hmm. I think a good cameo would be the Planet Express ship from Futurama.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Especially with like its resurgence recently.
Yeah,
and, like,
it's come back recently.
Its relevancy through like the 2000s, and now it's like coming back and like still giving it. We have to give another nod to like South Park. Maybe that's like one of the cameos that's just in there is Kenny getting blown up or some shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Just because they are always on the cutting edge of satire. The boys. We need the boy instead of all of the Power Rangers, we have the boys.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say it's just because Superman, there hasn't been a new solo Superman movie in a decade, and two Titans have come up to take his place in Omni-Man and Homelander. Yeah. And I feel like we replace Superman with either both of those guys or just I'd go Homelander at this point. Like, the Homelander memes are insane, and he perfectly like encapsulates that Superman type character.
I do think with like the meme culture, Homelander's just like on another level. I think with the nerdum Omni-Man, like everybody is like, yeah, we know who he is. But I think just for like the memes, Homelander's gonna be
how many times when you see somebody have just a take and it's the Homelander gif at the end of season 3 of like him just kind of like smiling.
That, or it's perfect, or like the scene where he's watching the video on the phone crying. Like there's just so much of it.
The amount of Homelander gifs I've used, they're the best. He's so bad. So good.
Yeah. So
in that same vein of just a dark character who's in a lot of memes, and I guess we're still this for me. I guess I'll put in the cameo bin. Heisenberg.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah. I do think somebody like Andrew Tate needs to be thrown in here somewhere. As like he just immediately gets like beat like the shit kicked out of him by somebody.
There can be a car with like all the anybody who has like a conservative podcast, like all coming out thinking they can square up, and Optimus Prime just fucking squashes them.
It's like
the second those doors open, that foot is on.
It's like the Manosphere versus like the anti-Manosphere. We got Hassan Abi, we got Ethan Klein from H3, just like all those dudes just colliding together. One section for cameos too that we started to hit on. I think adult animation. You brought up South Park, but we got Family Guy, we got BoJack Horseman, Archer since then, right? More we could do The Simpsons, like just an adult animation domination corner. Absolutely,
hell yeah, for sure. Got to throw Big Mouth in there somewhere too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Monsters, absolutely.
Yeah, Bob's Burgers, like all those dudes.
Dude, Bob's Burgers for sure. He's fucking getting down in that pit, bro.
Yeah.
And when I was thinking of like about the whole Godzilla thing. Like they're kind of thinking like animation and all that in anime. Like my thought was like maybe the Colossal Titan from Attack on Titan, but I think that he'd be good for like
yo.
cameo.
Actually, that is like with how relevant Attack on Titan is. That would be one to like maybe we replace Godzilla with the Attack on Titan. Like if we're really like going for the new school, because I do think that has like enough cultural significance to where like I don't watch the show.
Just ended today.
But I have like Attack on Titan merch. Like that's how significant it is, because that shit dope.
Yeah.
Dope as fuck.
Like
I got the skin in Fortnite. Absolutely. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like anime as a whole is not really featured in the original
The
version.
OG, yeah.
No, Goku was like the only one, and he was not even like he wasn't even mentioned, but he was like
He was a
shown.
cameo, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, I got a good list of those. So let's get into some named characters. Like we don't necessarily have to rewrite the song, but
Right.
I do feel like we've been sprinkling in some named characters, so maybe just if we have any more. So who do we think is going to be the guy that everybody goes against?
So that was my thought. The two main characters I think we really need to button down is Chuck Norris, or who basically said to be this version's Chuck Norris and Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
So my thought for Chuck Norris, like I already said, but Keanu Reeves. Like,
yeah, I'm down.
I feel like that just to me makes the most sense. The way he's in Cyberpunk and he's in John Wick and all that. It's like he was in this freaking SpongeBob movie. Like
it's like all the iterations of Keanu Reeves are like fighting everybody, and like you have Johnny Silverhand, and then you have like fucking Keanu in the back, and then you have like him just pointing at people and they're evaporating and shit.
Yeah.
Matrix, he's doing like the Matrix shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know like Keanu has a lot of the memes about him just being such a good guy and like super wholesome that I almost see him as the Mr. Rogers, as like the one who secretly wins at the end.
Okay.
I have thought for that one just because it's kind of the same vein of Mr. Rogers. Bob Ross.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Mine.
Go for it.
Okay. Mine, this was why I was asking if they have to be alive or if we can resurrect someone. Similar to how Mr. Rogers unfortunately passed away a couple years before this came out. I said we replace him with Betty White. I think nobody encompassed that like wholesome nature more than Betty White. And anytime she popped up in anything, it's like, oh, it's so good. It's like, love Betty White, right? And so I just couldn't, like, that was the one that I was struggling the most with in terms of like replacement. I was like, him, like Chuck Norris and Mr. Rogers, because like there's no wholesome character like that anymore. We don't have a wholesome celebrity or a wholesome character to rally around. And then I was like, fucking Betty White.
That is an interesting thing, actually. You know what? We do have a wholesome character that we can rally around, but I don't think anybody else is going to know who this motherfucker is.
Oh,
and it's not who my vote would be for. Paul Hollywood from fucking The Great British Bake Off. Because that dude is positivity. And if you get a handshake from it, he like never says any, like The Great British Bake Off. They're constantly nice. It's a reality TV show, but it's about baking, right? And the drama in it is like so lighthearted. There's hardly any like actual like misdeeds or anything. And like when they're judging them, they're always still nice and like keep their like composure and everything. So, and Paul Hollywood is like one of the best bakers. Anyway, he's not who I would vote for. I would vote for Alan Rickman. I don't know why, but instead of Mr. Rogers having it be Alan Rickman, just because that dude, like now that he's gone, I realize how many things he's in that I love. Die Hard, that one fucking movie with Tim Allen that I can't remember the name of, the Space Adventure or some shit. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like Harry, it just goes on and on. All of the things Alan Rickman was
Love Actually, I think,
or Michael Caine. He's not gone yet, but I do think he's also another dude that just is like pretty wholesome as an actor. Anyway, I know those aren't like the most wholesome of picks. They're just immediately who came to mind as like a good replacement. Because I don't think anybody's ever going to beat Mr. Rogers.
So okay, I'm also just thinking, Mr. Rogers, very wholesome dude, but also, and like That was his like real name. But also like the character of like this like wholesome person that's like children watch on TV. Like, you know, man, it's 2023. We haven't suggested any women. We could do Miss Rachel. Isn't that the thing all the kids watch on YouTube now? That's like the modern day like.
I have
Also,
no
you said
idea
I
who
haven't
this
suggested
person is.
any woman, dude. Betty White, man.
I've
Betty White,
never
yeah.
seen this woman in my life.
Yeah.
I don't have kids, and I'm not around kids, so I wouldn't
Neither
know
do
that.
I don't know
Do we
why I
have
know
it
about
be
this person's
Bluey,
existence.
I was going to say, speaking of wholesome kids, wholesome kids stuff,
Or-
Bluey is absolutely
Because my dogs
prime
watch
choice.
Bluey. I know who Bluey is.
My dogs.
Dude, they rent like Bluey is in the color spectrum that dogs can see, so they can see all, like it doesn't bleed or
okay.
anything, and it's the same colors that we see. So I
No,
always
Interesting.
yeah.
In the canon of our new version, is it actually Bluey or is it Charlie Cox disguised as Bluey from New York Comic Con?
I love that photo so
It's
much.
so good, dude. It's such
Being
a
in the
bad
hotel when we found out that Charlie Cox was actually there, like our minds were fucking blown.
Yeah.
If this was taking place in like 2019, 2020, I'd say Bernie Sanders just because of like the meme
Yeah,
of
the
like
chair
who
meme.
and like who he had become of like the dude who gave a fuck actually about people.
Yeah.
But
Right.
he's been a little quiet recently, so I feel like that has kind of faded.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit.
Okay. I'll say just shout out to the Betty White. It's like that. I never even thought about that. That's a good one.
Who else
As
do we
the
think could
last one's
be?
bandit.
Who else do we think could be the substitute besides Keanu for Chuck Norris? Like, who is
Okay.
the action actor that's in everything? Because I do think a bunch of the Chris's fit into that, specifically
Yeah.
Pratt and Hemsworth.
Yeah. 100% Hemsworth.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like arguably The Rock can get upgraded from the guy that showed up at the end of the rap to the main person everybody that
Yeah.
appears in the rap is fighting.
That is a
Yeah,
really good call as well.
Which honestly, because he did the whole like turn with Black Adam and making it the tied to the power DC whatever was saying.
Okay.
it
The
was,
Rock
I'm
does
trying
need
to
to be
forget.
knocked down a
meme.
couple pegs.
Yeah.
Then do we have
I
John
also-
Cena be the God character? Because his show actually is doing well and he's actually
Yeah.
going places.
I understand that it was like, oh, the Chuck Norris memes that like he was the most overpowered person. But there's something about a 2023 version where I think about like the role Chuck Norris plays in the original that I'm like, it could be Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. Like
That's
that would be
also-
something people would be like, oh, he takes all until all these people team up.
But
Right.
who would be the ultimate foil to? Because it has to be like we don't have like a person that embodies good like Mr. Rogers. But what is a character that's just like good? And I think Ted Lasso.
Ooh.
And what if Ted Lasso is the motherfucker that beats out Thanos at the end of this thing? Because
I
like
love that.
I've been racking my
Wow.
brain about
Yeah.
who's the most positive person, and it is Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he seems like, you know, Ted's like wholesome, but I feel like he would kill if need be.
He would kill if need be, but he'd also kill himself because he knows the power
Yeah.
that he holds at the end of it.
Yeah.
He
So
would understand
responsible
what
thing
needs
to
to be
do.
done.
Has the Infinity Gauntlet and just snaps at the
And
end.
he's always wearing a sweater like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah,
Oh, yep. Nope. we
Ted
got-
Lasso's
Damn.
in the bloodstained sweater.
I feel like that's
Wow.
that. It's
That's a lock right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ted Lasso
no
lock.
other character replacement. All right. Forget
Yep.
Betty White. Forget everything we listed, Bluey, all that stuff. Ted Lasso's the lock for the Mr.
Yep.
Rogers character. 100%.
I'm still trying to get people to watch Ted Lasso, and that shit ended like a year ago.
Oh, I
I'll
know.
watch it for you.
Yeah.
Have you not watched it yet?
Nope, I haven't seen. I've only ever seen the clip of him playing darts, and that's it.
Bro, that
You
is like
should
the
watch
best scene
it.
in the show, but there's so many scenes that are almost that good.
And Josh, when you finish watching it, did you know that you could listen to our season 3 recap on youtube.com/shared screens?
And season 2.
Absolutely. That's well
And
done.
one.
We did do a season 2 one. That's
And,
true. I was
and
not.
season
one.
1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Three.
I guess who got into the show at the wrong time.
Well, we did it way late too because I think we were doing the season 1 like right before season 2 came out because we all got to it so late.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, it was definitely a sleeper show. I do, on a side note, think Wrexham has picked up my Ted Lasso like needs for like
That's
a positive soccer show. Just because it is like an overwhelmingly positive show. Go watch. It's Wrexham, whatever. FC. Welcome to Wrexham on Hulu, I think. And I always knew I loved Ryan Reynolds, but John McElhaney, is that his first name? Rob McElhaney. No. That dude. Be still my beating heart. He is just the best. I love that guy. Anyway, back to
speaking of Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool.
He's also got it. I think Ryan Reynolds, the character, has to be the person that shows up just because of like the Mint Mobile ads, not just Deadpool, but like he's just become like such a powerhouse. Him, and I don't know if we have Blake Lively in it just because she seems to be pretty low key these days. Maybe we have a nod to her in the tweets about like that Ryan Reynolds had about being a dad. I don't know if you guys remember that time. Really funny time.
Vaguely, yeah.
I don't.
Well, a couple of the replacements that I want to toss out there. I think we swapped Shaq for LeBron James. Yeah, I think LeBron James has that meme power, especially with the new Space Jam movie.
Space Jam. Yep.
Aaron Carter is another one that I'm like
Harry Styles.
Okay.
Dude,
but I feel like Aaron Carter at the time was so young that we need and Harry Styles is like we need a younger male pop star.
2005, like I mean that's
why does it need to be male? Do we have Olivia Rodrigo?
Ooh, okay,
yeah.
Or like Dua Lipa or something. Like there's a bunch of like really poppin' young female.
Ice Spice.
Yo, that's it. Ice Spice, bro.
The lock.
That's the lock for sure. The Ice Spice. Oh my god. We're coming up with fucking fire on this podcast.
Oh yeah. Yup.
I guess I just did the math. I guess Aaron Carter was 18 when this came out, but like I was assuming that they were making the joke of like the like 13-year-old pop star. But yeah, Ice Spice works.
Yeah.
SUNY Purchase alum. Like technically she dropped out, but SUNY Purchase alum, Ice Spice.
And then now we just need a dead president to replace a significant dead
Ronald
president.
Reagan? Or no, he's not dead. But,
Fuck Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan's dead.
No, I think we go with the JFK. I think we make that joke because of like the JFK assassinations and then
a sniper
like one of his family members in some aspect is running for president or some shit. And like
his fucking insane nephew.
Okay, so but just like that because like that has become such a meme as his assassination and what that.
I like that.
Yeah. I feel like in the same tone, we have to include like something related to how many UFO sightings have been, whether it's like Bob Lazar or like the Tic Tac thing, like the amount of UFO shit that's started coming around and like since like 2018.
The like aliens meme from 2008, he'd be a good cameo.
Oh, that is because I feel like everybody would get what we're talking about with what's going on right now because that meme's definitely made a resurgence.
And have the like alien they found in like Mexico or whatever it was.
That or we do like a new Pixar character versus like 100 of the like little aliens from Toy Story, type cameo.
I think we have the Mexico alien fight Andrew Tate and win. That's who we have fight Andrew Tate.
I like that.
Something I noticed that was missing from the original was Pokemon.
I thought the same thing.
No Pokemon in there at all. So,
and I feel it's a go big or go home moment. Just fucking put Mewtwo in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, because Pikachu was in it at some point. I remember seeing Pikachu, but I don't know if they were referenced.
Well, like a cameo.
Could have been.
I think it might have been a cameo, but I remember seeing Pikachu's ass jiggling.
Damn.
Yo, what were you watching?
That thing.
Listed on the Wikipedia page at least, but
maybe I'm wrong. Been. Maybe the loud was extra loud. And
that was a different video.
Yeah.
I'm
Pornhub's blocked in Utah. I can't be watching that shit.
Yeah. You were on like the Raw Porn Moments Twitter account or something like that,
I'm skimming through the skim through the video.
Let's see. Do we have Jackie Chan in there still?
So no, I think that there's some other like mixed martial artists that we like throw in there. Do we have it be like Conor McGregor or something, or like?
Ooh, yeah.
I don't want to give the Paul brothers like that type of. Tom Cruise would be a good
Tom
one.
Cruise, yeah.
That'd be a
It's
really good one.
it's like the
stunt
actor
guy.
that does all his own stunts type of thing.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
That's a really good
It is
pick.
just
And then
old, decrepit fucking Tom Cruise jumping on somebody's back with a bunch of wrinkles and shit like that. Yeah, I like that.
His abs that he's like short and like you can tell
Yeah.
that he's getting older, but he still has abs from all the TRT he does.
He's running to battle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. You have to have a scene of him doing the Mission Impossible run.
Also, yeah, there is no Pikachu in the video.
Okay.
The closest thing to a yellowing ass jiggling is a Jawa holding up C-3PO's foot that he removed.
Yeah, it wasn't that. It
yeah, I
wasn't
can
that.
see.
I definitely saw something on
dude.
Twitter or some bullshit.
Star Wars cameos. I know we tossed out Kylo Ren earlier. We got to keep Grogu in there. Grogu is Baby Yoda has been such a moment.
Yeah,
dude.
that is true.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a cameo, 100% get him in there.
And I think he should get slaughtered by, we can make a double Star Wars cameo. He could get slaughtered by Anakin because he kills not just the men, but the women and the children too.
That like
Episode
there's
2
the
Anakin
scene in the
specifically,
video
yeah.
where it like shows like R2D2 upside down and like C-3PO getting beat up. We could have that be like a bunch of like just that thing, just be a bunch of like updated pop culture things for Star Wars. I think that would all like what you guys are talking about in that little slide.
Yeah.
And then this part where they're talking about Indiana Jones, I thought this was a quick kind of clean swap, just Nathan Drake.
Yes. Yep.
From Uncharted.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. I'm so glad we were on the same page with that. Because my mind immediately went to like video game shit that's like been over like the last 10 years and like replacing that with it. So Jackie Chan, I was like, dude from Sekiro. Like it was very
better Sifu, I guess.
Yeah, Sifu would actually make more sense.
But I like the Tom Cruise for that one just because that makes a lot of sense. The guy just does all his own stunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess any other last inclusions or I guess just any other things you guys want to throw out, or do you think we got it pretty much covered?
There has to be a reference to GTA 6, but I don't know where and I don't know what. But because of its popularity for 10 years, there has to be like maybe it's a GTA 6 joke. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jordan.
No, you're good. Rather than change a lyric, I'm just gonna up the ante and have every single Power Ranger mean literally every single like that thing they did in like 2013 where they all fought. Like it's every single one, every single season. Even if some guy was two different ones, they're both there. Like no logic behind it. It's just there is now an
Every
extra 300 fucking people in the battle.
See, one thing I forgot to mention in the part that I want to keep the Care Bear in there because I just like the lyric of getting hit by a Care Bear stare.
I was trying to think of like what childish, adorable thing could be the replacement, but I kind of feel like we could keep
was like the thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
That's way dated.
I know, but granted, Care Bears was too because that was like in the
Care Bears.
60s,
I mean,
70s?
I feel like Teletubbies. Nah, Care Bears were newer than that, weren't they?
Yeah, Care Bears are like 8. They're like I don't know. In my head, they're always like they're bears but Cabbage Patch dolls. So like they're both the 80s.
Right. I guess maybe 80s, but
okay. That is the Care Bear stare is such a good thing, but I don't.
Yeah, Care Bears originally got painted in 1981.
I feel like Five Nights at Freddy's Freak Out or some shit, like because of like.
I did think because the movie, I was thinking getting them either mentioned or a cameo.
Yeah,
I do think like changing out the Care Bear for one of the Five Nights at Freddy's characters, just because like my nephews and nieces love that shit, and they're like 10 and 11 right now, and it seems like that's been the case for like the last like 8 years. Is 10 and 11-year-olds are like all into that shit.
But yeah.
Minecraft has to get a shout out somewhere. Maybe it's just Minecraft Steve like falling off the cliff in the background or some shit.
Yeah.
Or a creeper blowing up something.
Yeah. The creeper blow. No, I like Anakin killing Grogu. It's such a good one.
Alrighty. It's any last call? Any last minute ones?
No, not from me.
Do we want to update Benito Mussolini with a modern dictator? Or is that too real?
No, I think that there's a lot to choose from. It just like
Yeah.
is really depending on like who's the shit bag of the week when we decide to write those things.
Yeah.
I do
yeah,
think like
true.
the most obvious. I don't know what the most obvious is actually, just because I would have said Putin, but now with everything going on, I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like Putin is the
Yeah.
safe answer because nobody likes Putin, whereas like
And it's
the Middle
weirdly
East, there's-
timeless.
Yeah, and it is very timeless because
Yeah.
it has been going on
Yeah.
for like 30 years.
And it'd be
Or Kim Jong Un even.
Yo,
Like
that's
North Korea is also an easy one.
yeah, that
Yeah.
is a really easy one as well.
Yeah, especially given like the interview, and then if we did Putin, it'd be him like shirtless on a bear
On a
or
horse.
something like that. Fuck, something dumb.
I think the only time. Never mind. Keep going.
Living it a lie. Letting it lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit us with any user submissions we had.
Yeah. What did we miss,
Yeah.
everybody? Let us know
So-
what
Yeah.
we missed.
So we got one community submission. So this is from Aaron Roots, friend of the show. He said Dominic Toretto,
Oh, that's such
yeah.
a good one. I can't believe we did.
Kratos.
Kratos is another
Kratos?
good one. Kratos is another.
Yeah,
good one.
that'd be a great cameo. I'm gonna try.
We already had said John Wick / Keanu, so we had that one. Nick Cage,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
That one definitely
That's
for
great.
sure. That him
Yeah.
or Neil deGrasse Tyson, one of those two fuckheads.
Why not both?
Yeah, one they're fighting
Too
each
much
other.
They're
gas for
fighting each
both?
other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Sparrow.
Yo,
like that.
actually,
I think that would be a good one for the cameo where he's like running with a jar of dirt.
Yeah,
Like from
yeah.
the second or third movie.
He's running with a jar of dirt from a bunch of minions trying to like
Yo,
chase after him.
that's a
Stuff like
really
that, yeah.
Because it's Davy Jones' heart in there, so that's the most evil thing. So
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay,
shit,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
laying it on. Aaron
Okay,
Root's coming in
okay,
with like
okay.
the fucking seasoning to make sure this thing fucking tastes
right. Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Okay.
I fuck with it.
Okay.
So it says Gritty. I'm assuming the dance.
No, I think he means
After-
the Philadelphia Flyers mascot.
I do think the
Yeah,
dance
he-
more
he
than
definitely- he
the
definitely-
mascot.
Yeah.
Gritty doing the gritty.
Okay.
If-
That's
if-
fair.
Gritty
Yeah.
hitting the
Yeah.
gritty.
If that's the case, then let's just put in Jonesy in this bitch. You know, let's get.
Oh,
format
I mean,
represented.
obviously, yeah.
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 Jonesy,
Or
like
at least just a
from
battle bus in
Letterkenny.
somebody's. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't. I didn't mean to-
Yeah. No.
all good. All good.
The Geico Gecko.
Okay, actually, yes. He does need to be
Have
in there.
him in the Affleck duck fighting.
The Aflac duck or
Yes,
Flo? Like just
dude.
beating the fuck out
Yeah.
of Flo while the Allstate dude's like eating popcorn in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mayhem.
Relaxed
Yeah.
as fuck. Yeah.
Mayhem and
The Allstate
Mayhem
dude.
and the Allstate dude are just fucking in the back.
Yeah.
See,
Jake
honestly,
from
I feel it's
State
more
Farm.
like the Allstate dude that does the voice sends out Mayhem like it's a fucking Pokemon.
Oh,
I love that. Yeah.
there's like Ash
yes.
throwing out like Mewtwo, and then on the other side,
It's just it's the Allstate voice throwing out Mayhem.
yeah,
Yep.
oh, yeah.
Yep. Jay and Silent Bob.
We already decided against them. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke. And Taylor Swift.
The Queen bitch got to be in there. I gotta give it.
I mean,
I
but
feel
if
like
she's
yeah.
there, we got to throw the Kelsey brothers in too.
we have to
of course.
have Taylor Swift fighting Rihanna, because I feel like Rihanna, out of the other pop stars that were coming out around that time, has built the second biggest empire or whatever with Fenty. I don't know how much Fenty's worth compared to Taylor's empire, but I think having those two fight, I know they don't hate each other, but just I think like the two titans
For the
of, like,
memes.
yeah, for the memes.
I was gonna go. Terrible didn't have in here, but you know, Taylor Swift versus Kanye West. you know?
Yeah, that
Ooh,
is
easy
Ooh,
way
the
out,
revenge.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
and
is
it's like their armies are charging each other. It's like all the toxic dudes and all the fucking QAnon Swifties just fucking running at each other. You know.
either that or it's like when he was on Alex Jones' podcast and she just walks in and like punches him out when he's wearing like the fucking full
Yeah.
black mask.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
I'm gonna let you finish, but fuck you.
She definitely would let him finish because she still would want him to like dig the hole of him being like Hitler wasn't that bad. Like
Yeah.
let him
That's
say
when
that
she
and then
smacks
beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when she smacks him.
Yep. And that would be right before whoever descends down Was it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Keanu descends down, and then we get the whole wrap of that whole group, and then we get Ted Lasso coming out winning.
Hell yeah.
Ted Lasso for sure.
It's got to be.
All right.
I think we cooked up something perfectly fine.
I think so.
Perfect. Yeah.
This was
Now,
this is good.
animators, get to it.
Yeah.
Spend the next 2 years doing this shit.
Songwriters get to it.
Yeah, and then that's where the GTA 6 meme comes in. You know, there was a new Ultimate Showdown and Final Destiny before we even got GTA 6. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, we got a new Beatles song before we got GTA 6. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's true.
Rockstar just doesn't want to stop printing money, bro. They just see that money mill rolling.
Yeah.
To be fair, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
You don't fix something that's not broken. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Alec.
Yeah.
I was just about to outro. So thank you all so much for watching and indulging me with this random topic. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please remember to like the video, share it with some friends to reminisce about the Ultimate Showdown and all these other characters, and let us know what characters you would want in an updated Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. And until next time, goodbye.
Bye.